All right, before I get much further, let's say hi to some folks. We've got a lot streaming with us. Debbie, how are you? Jessica, how are you doing? Hopefully having a great day. And Mario, how are you doing? Hopefully having a great day as well. Josie, good to see you this morning. Thanks for being with us. And Kimberly, how are you? Let's see, Sandra, how are you doing also? Well, we just got so many. Really appreciate you being on. Okay, so let's take a look. This is what the low was this morning. 71 minus 4, that's 67. Low temperature, really nice. If you had a chance, hopefully you walked the dog or you're walking around this morning and enjoying it. We're warming up, 79 outside right now, and record low, believe it or not, last year, we hit 57. We were in the 50s last year at the airport. Now let's take a look. The lows this morning, 57 at Bernie. Kerrville got down to the mid-50s. Fredericksburg also in the mid-50s. Officially at the airport it was 67. And New Braunfels about 67. Seguin 65. Now Port Lavaca, right along the coastal sections because of the bathtub that is the Gulf of Mexico. Business as usual pretty much Port Lavaca with the temperature there in the mid-70s at around 76 degrees. So not much cooling for those folks, but a lot of us enjoyed those 50s and 60s this morning. Quite nice. All right, let's take a look at the current temperatures now. We're sitting at 79, Kerrville's at 72, and 80s. Beeville's coming in at 84 already, and Cotulla coming in at 84. Let's take a look at the relative humidity values later on this afternoon. Yeah, 20%. So when the air is dry, it cools very efficiently, but then again, it warms very efficiently as well. And so with a dew point in the 50s, relative humidity values, 20%, we're gonna have no problem reaching the mid-90s later on this afternoon. But because it is dry, well, it's going to feel like about 93 or 94, and I think the actual high is going to be right around 96. Okay, so we've got a lot of folks on, and I think one of the main reasons why you're on is to find out what's going to happen with the tropics. Could get a little interesting next week. And Mike, hey, how are you doing? It's been a while. Billy, hope you're doing good. And Crystal, again, thanks for streaming with us. All right, so let's follow this. We've got this big ridge of high pressure around New Mexico and Colorado. Now, when we have a northerly flow around that high, it's a real sinking motion in the atmosphere, and so I think the best we're going to do is cloud cover is little small clouds. There just won't be much cloud cover with that kind of configuration. But over the weekend, things change very rapidly. This ridge of high pressure is going to kind of flatten, and down in the Gulf of Mexico, the southern Gulf, I think the upper level environment is going to be really quiet, and so we may see a tropical depression develop, tropical storm develop, definitely likely at this point. And I think the general motion is going to be kind of off to the north and west towards Texas initially. So that high really breaks down, and as we head into Monday, whatever happens tropically down there will have a chance to move towards Texas. Now, the upper level winds are going to be moving from west to east, and I think if anything does develop into tropical depression, a tropical storm, I think it's going to have a tendency to initially move towards Texas and then towards Louisiana and Mississippi. Of course, it's a long way out. That could change, but that's the way it looks to me. And then I think we'll have some residual moisture kind of left over as we head into mid next week. So high today, 96, nice and toasty. Lots of sunshine. If we have any clouds, they're going to be really small. All right, temperatures in the upper 60s tomorrow morning, another real pleasant morning, and then I think we're in the mid-90s again. Here's a look at Sunday. Highs should be about 91. We'll have partly cloudy skies, I think, on Sunday. But notice, most of the rainfall kind of staying away from South Texas. I'm still going to give it about a 30% chance of rain. Okay, so we've got several things going on here. One is let's come down here into the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean. Very disorganized. There's no area really of low pressure yet, but you can kind of see what's happening in the extreme western portions of the Caribbean, very close to Belize. This is going to continue to move across the Yucatan Peninsula, and once it gets into the southern Gulf of Mexico, Sunday into Monday, that's when the upper level environment will be more conducive to development. Right now, the National Hurricane Center is giving it about a 70% chance of development. Also, we've got a lot of thunderstorms coming off of Africa, which is not uncommon for this time of the year. 70% chance of development, but we got a long time to watch that. And here is Category 1 hurricane Larry. Let's take another closer look. By the way, see this little dot way out here? That's Bermuda. Larry barely missed Bermuda by about 170 miles or so yesterday, I think it was, yeah. Okay, so Larry's going to continue to move off to the north and will become a broad area of low pressure, but may bring a lot of winds to Greenland of all places, believe it or not. What do we got here? It looks like 65 mile per hour winds are possible for extreme southern portions of Greenland. Don't say that every day. Okay, let's refocus down to the Gulf of Mexico. Now, this is just one computer model. This is the GFS, and it's a long way out, but this is the way it looks to me. Okay, so this is Sunday, September the 12th. We're going to have a lot of rainfall, and notice that circle there, how it becomes like a little enclosed circle, and can you see the wind arrows, how they're showing kind of a westward motion? This may become a closed low Sunday and into Monday. Now, if that happens, then it's either going to be a tropical depression or tropical storm. And I think at this point, I think that's pretty likely looking at how the upper level winds are. So motion is going to be generally off to the north and west towards South Texas, as I was saying earlier. But you know, with these formative systems, when they're developing, most of the rainfall is kind of on the eastern semicircle or half circle. And I think that's going to be the case. So what will likely happen is there'll be lots of rainfall from Brownsville, Corpus Christi, over to Houston, and further inland probably not as much. So the way I see this playing out is there'll be, inches of rainfall from Corpus Christi over to Houston, and we here in San Antonio, we may pick up only an inch or two, and maybe not even that much, just depending on how strong this system is. If it's a weaker system, then I think our rain chances will be a little bit better. But we'll just have to watch and see. At this point, it's just really hard to tell. But I do think there's a pretty good likelihood that this will be a depression or a tropical storm in the western portions of the Gulf. And again, I think what we're really looking at here is a big extreme in rainfall from the coastal sections as opposed to here in San Antonio. Now, again, this is just one computer model. This is the Euro model. And I don't even really like the positioning here of where the rain is. I mean, it's okay. I think that those reds and purples, like 10 inches of rain and 9 inches of rain, I think they could even be a little bit further to the south and west, closer to Victoria. But you see what is painted here, 2 inches of rainfall, Victoria, and up around San Antonio. This is only giving us about 1/3 of an inch. I think we'll probably do better than that, but you can see what I'm pointing at here. And by the time you get to Rock Springs and Del Rio, almost nothing. So we're going to have real extremes in rainfall from the coast to the north as opposed to locations to the north and west here in San Antonio. At least that's the way it looks. Now, if the upper level winds, if they die down and they're not quite as strong like I think they're going to be, and the steering current is a little bit more maybe to the north into south central Texas, then all bets are off, and I think things could change. But that's just the way I see it right now. So let's take a look at the 7-day. It is going to be hot today, there's no doubt. Mid-90s, 96, mostly sunny and dry. Winds northeasterly or easterly, 5 to 10. Tomorrow, hot. Nice in the morning though, 69 for a low, high at about 94. And then things change real abruptly as that system kind of develops. I still think Sunday, if you've got something planned on Sunday, keep your plans. I think for the most part, partly cloudy, highs lower 90s, but late in the day, especially to the south and east, we're going to see some showers and thunder showers moving in. Monday, 40 to 50% chance. Some of us are going to see some rain, and I think we're going to have quite a bit of cloud cover, mostly cloudy, highs about 88. And then on Tuesday, especially Tuesday morning, I may have to up those rain chances just a little bit, just depending on how the system evolves, but I think lower 90s for Tuesday into Wednesday. And the way I see it happening, by the time we get to Thursday, I think the upper level high is going to build back in, and that should squash or diminish rain chances for Thursday. So again, what I'm telling you is there's a pretty good chance that a tropical storm, tropical depression will develop in the Gulf of Mexico early next week. General motion will be towards Texas, but most of the heaviest rainfall, at least the way I see it, is going to be south and east of San Antonio, towards Victoria, maybe towards Cuero, Hallettsville, and over towards Houston. At least that's the way it looks right now. But again, it's kind of several days out and things could change a little bit, but that's the way I see it. Okay, say bye to a few folks here. Jose, thanks for logging in with me. Gracie, thanks for logging in. Barbara, thanks for logging in. Kimberly, thanks for logging in. And hopefully that helps you out with your planning. Again, if you have weekend plans, Saturday's great, lots of sunshine, 94, and Sunday for the most part I think is going to be fine with showers perhaps late in the day. All right, don't forget to watch us at noon, 4, 5, 6, and 10. And I was going to say I'll be around tomorrow morning, but I won't be. Tomorrow is Saturday, but I will be here Monday. Can't wait, and we'll probably have a lot to talk about Monday morning, no doubt about that. All right, have a great weekend, and we'll see you later.